When the Beatles fell apart, emotions ran high, and even the quietest member couldn't hold back forever. What Ringo Starr did next might surprise you. After the Beatles officially called it quits, the four legendary musicians were forced to face something they hadn't experienced in a decade: life on their own. It was a massive shift, and even for someone as famously easygoing as Ringo Starr, the transition wasn't smooth. While fans often saw Ringo as the peacekeeper of the group, the friendly, approachable Beatle who rarely got caught up in conflict, he surprised many by subtly calling out Paul McCartney in one of his very first solo tracks. Despite often being underestimated, Ringo was far more than just the band's drummer. His playing, though deceptively simple, had a swing and instinct that professional musicians have long admired. His unique feel gave the Beatles a rhythmic personality that couldn't be duplicated. But beyond drumming, Ringo also had a quiet songwriting talent, and after the breakup, he finally had space to use it. Tensions had already been simmering before the Beatles split for good. A pivotal moment came on March 31st, when Ringo was chosen by John Lennon, George Harrison, and their Apple Corps team to deliver a difficult message to Paul McCartney. The group wanted Paul to delay his debut solo album, which was set to clash with the release of Let It Be. Because of his calm nature and close relationships with everyone, Ringo was sent in as the diplomat. But what should have been a civil conversation quickly turned sour. McCartney later admitted he lost his temper during the meeting, accusing the others of trying to corner him and lashing out at Ringo, even asking him to leave his home, something that had never happened before. Though Ringo wasn't the one making the decision, he bore the brunt of Paul's fury, a moment both men would remember with tension. Ringo later revealed that Paul had pointed fingers in his face, shouted, and told him to get out, which he quietly did. Just 10 days later, on April 10, 1970, the world learned the Beatles were no more. Paul's solo album dropped as he planned on April 17th, while Let It Be was delayed until May. And somewhere in that emotional fallout, Ringo picked up his pen and his drumsticks and turned the experience into music. His song, Early 1970, was light in tone but layered in meaning. In its opening verse, he clearly referenced Paul, expressing the emotional gap that had grown between them. It wasn't an attack. Ringo wasn't that kind of writer. But it wasn't without edge. The lyrics hinted that the wounds of the breakup hadn't fully healed, and maybe never would. Ringo Starr may not have been the loudest Beatle, but in his own quiet, melodic way, he made sure his side of the story was heard.